Let's start out with power, since we didn't start with that last week. I'm going to play a clip as we keep trying to unravel the mystery of what's going to happen in the second half of Power. Let's take one specific clip because we have questions about this character because we know she's going to have a big role in what happens. Take a look at this.
Since you're talking about unraveling, I just want to mention that Zeke unraveled Professor Meekham's drawers.
Stop it.
Now go ahead and play the clip.
Stop it, man. Look. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want no jokes about Professor Carey and locks and doors. Matter of fact, I don't even want y'all to talk about gushes and waterfalls. No, that's on the ban list too. No locks, no keys, no waterfalls, no fire hydrants, none of that. And we'll play the clip right now.
I had to tell you something, Miss Washington. Something I never wanted to tell anyone. The night my father was killed, I saw Mr. Sachs at Truth.
And you told him you saw him?
I did. I thought I could make him help my mother.
I think we both know he tried.
I have to say Tommy Egan killed my father.
Your mother already said that in court.
Yes, but she's in a woman's jail. He can't get to her. I'm out here by myself. I'm alone.
That makes sense, Tariq.
Larry, what is Tamika Washington gonna do? Now I love her character. She's got some pull around this series, so I don't see them killing her. But if they're not gonna kill her, what major role is she gonna play in the rest of the season that we're gonna see?
I think she's gonna be worried about Tariq, and she's gonna tell Tariq, "You can hide out here," and then Tariq's gonna smash.
Man, stop it, man. No,
I'm just saying.
Man,
I think that might happen. I think it might happen. The way she was looking at him like, I feel so sorry for you. That makes sense, Tariq. You know, she's living in that nice place by herself, so she's got extra bedrooms. And at some point, Tariq's going to be like, I think someone's after me. He's going to come over there saying, can I hide out here for a minute? She's going to say, sure. She's going to give him a little throw pillow and a blanket. And the next thing you know, she's going to check on him, and then that's where it's all going to go down.
Man, why y'all keep trying to give all these women to Tariq? Ain't his plate full? His plate is full. His plate is full. You done gave him Effie, Diana, Lauren, Drew, Professor Carey. His plate is full. He can't handle no more women. I mean, his plate is full. So
he can't. He doesn't even have time for them. He's too busy training for the Olympics with all that running that he's doing.
I'm telling you, I need to see his shoes because I want to get me a pair. Because
they should have had a shoe sponsor deal for him on this show.
Man, he must be wearing the same shoes the Flash wear from the Justice League because he stay on skates. And I want to know what shoes he's wearing so I can get me a pair. But in all honesty,
he might be wearing those shoes that A-Train wears.
He could be. Could be. But in all honesty, jokes aside, what do you think Tamika's role is going to be?
Damn, it's been spilled all over myself. I think I think Tamika is actually going to end up being an ally of sorts with Tariq, because I think she likes to sort of play things by the book. I don't know if she's going to really how much she's going to help him, but I think she will help him. But I think because she likes to play things by the book for the most part, I think she's probably going to end up helping Tariq because she's going to realize she can't take that information and just sit on it. And so she's probably going to end up going to Sachs and telling Sachs like, hey, bro, you need to recuse yourself from this case. Maybe she goes to the judge and says, as an officer of the court, I feel I'm obligated to bring this to your attention. Something. I feel like she's going to do something with it.
So who's she going to double cross? Because she's in a rock and a hard place now. I
don't think she's going to double cross anybody. I think she'll tell Sachs straight up. I have to do something with this info because he knows that she's legit. I think that's part of the reason why he deals with her is because he knows she's legit.
Well, either way, someone in this situation, Larry, is going to get hurt because let's just say she stays with her integrity. Davis McClain is pulling her one way. Tariq is trying to pull her one way, and Cooper Sachs is trying to pull her in a different direction. But now Cooper Sachs and Davis McClain is trying to team up to pin it on Tariq. And with Tamika knowing what she knows about Tariq, it looks like it could be her and Tariq teaming up to be against Saxe and Davis McClain, but she just doesn't know that yet.
I mean, that's all possible. That's all possible. I think she's gonna be fine though. I think she's gonna end up giving up the ghost about what. No, she's not gonna give up the ghost. She's gonna tell what Tariq told her, and as a consequence, Saxe is gonna suffer, but he's still gonna come out on top, or at least he'll still be in the game. But I think at the end of all of this, I think what's gonna happen is that I think that Stearns is gonna end up really helping Tariq somehow. I think that's what it's gonna. I think that what's gonna happen because Stearns wanted Ghost and he couldn't control him because Ghost was too smart at the time. He'd been in the game too long. He was too smart. I think right now Tariq is young enough and inexperienced enough. Even though he's smart, he's still young enough and inexperienced enough. I think Saxe can control him if he wanted to. And so I think Saxe is going to come in at the last minute, end up helping him out, probably help get Tasha out of jail, and then he's going to end up putting Tariq to work for him.
You think? Nah, they're never going to let Tariq be working for Cooper Saxe. No way.
No, not Saxe, Stearns. Not
Stearns.
Stearns.
Okay, Stearns. Okay.
Yeah.
And we do know that Stearns has a history of being dirty. Like most of those super richy billionaire dudes, they crack some eggs. We can honestly say they crack eggs, Larry.
Right.
And with him being an egg cracker,
you know who else is an egg cracker?
Who's that?
Zeke. He was cracking those eggs left and right.
Man, come on.
I'm just saying.
Man, this look like an egg that can be cracked? Absolutely not.
He was cracking her eggs left and right.
No.
She might be pregnant right now the way he did
man,
her.
Stop it. Stop, man.
She might be pregnant.
Here y'all go, man. Here y'all go. If you don't want me to start picking on Ramona, you better leave her alone.
Ramona can hang. Ramona can handle. I don't have to worry about Ramona. Ramona can hold her ground.
So
I think Ramona might be from Florida, from a stand your ground state. She can stand her ground.
Hey, well, you know what? I've heard they got earthquakes in places like that nowadays, so the ground will shake. She can stand all she wants to, but she might get a little shaken. Here's another wild card, I think. He's proven to Tariq that he's tough. He's proven to Tariq he's down for the cause. Are we really to believe, my boy Larry, that him and Tariq are really and truly the new Ghost and Tommy?
I think so. And I think the interesting thing is that they're sort of like an upgraded Ghost and Tommy because they are, Tariq, obviously people who know Tariq is coming from a family that has had some issues publicly, but he's basically a rich kid. He's a rich, privileged kid. He just happens to be black, but he grew up with money, living in a penthouse with a dad who was an entrepreneur. And they went to, he and his sisters, they went to private schools their whole lives. And his buddy is the same thing. His family owns so much money that when his brother gets in a fight with the cops, he just rolls up and says, sorry, our name's on this building, that building. You really don't want to go there with us. And they're like, oh, sorry, we didn't make that mistake. So they're both a bunch of rich kids. And so I think that because Tariq is getting really well versed with the game, that people just won't see them coming. Especially they won't see Brayden coming because, he's just going to look like a little dopey white kid that's a rich kid that's spoiled. They're not going to see him coming from a mile away, Could you imagine if Brayden actually became a hitter? Brayden could just walk up on anybody in the hood. No one's going to think twice about that little dopey dude with his J. Crew vest on and his little shirt. And he could walk up on anybody and just smoke them.
I think that the dynamic they've created with him hooking up with someone who has white privilege it's so many things you can do with that storyline, to be honest with you. And Tariq being smart, they're playing Tariq up to eventually be smarter than his daddy. Just look at where they're going with them. And look at how they're doing their drug business using technology. They're using technology. They're pretending like they're tutoring, and each grade of tutoring is a different drug. And then they done leveled up their game, and now they've got a billionaire's boyfriend as a pawn. And not only that, but I guarantee you that billionaire, husband, because I think he said they was married. That
Yeah, I think
billionaire
so.
husband is probably not supposed to be kicking up a whole lot of dust because Stearns probably don't want that to be quite as public as he would want it to be. So Tariq is in bed with all these characters who are cornbread white dudes who are using technology to utilize their dirty, underhanded deeds. And Brayden seems to be complicit in being self-serving to Tariq, but the issue is going to be the husband of Stearns. He's going to be a problem. And I do feel like at some point in time, Larry, he's going to have to die.
I agree. I think he's going to have to go, and we might see Stearns. We might see his vicious side, because you don't get to be that rich and that powerful without getting your hands dirty at some point. Not unless you inherited your money, you know. And from my understanding, this dude worked for his money, and so I could see Howard Stearns at that point when maybe something starts to come out about this company and this app, where he basically tells dude, look, you went behind my back and did this, and maybe his husband overplays his hand, and Howard Stearns takes him out. You know,
So,
I mean, not Howard. So what's dude's name?
Stearns' husband.
Yeah, Stern, but I forgot his first name. Whatever his first name is.
Oh, we won't even worry about it. Simon.
Yeah.
His name is Simon.
Simon, right? I can't call him Howard. Simon Stearns. I think Simon. We might actually see his vicious side, his gangster side, that we kind of get a glimpse of every now and then, but we don't ever really see it. We might actually see it if he takes his husband out. It might be something simple like drowning him in a bathtub, or poisoning him with some drugs or something. But I don't think it would be something quite as brutal as stabbing him or shooting him. But we might see Simon Stearns take him out. Nita
the diva, love the name by the way, says they are playing Tariq up way too much.
It's his show.
Kind of. But I mean, I feel what she's saying though. It feels like they took Tariq and just pressed the gas with him, but I don't think they had a choice if they want us to be invested in Tariq emotionally. Because when the show started, we all hated his ass. There was a ton of people who said they wasn't even going to watch the show if Ghost wasn't in it. And here we are, five episodes in, and the ratings for this show are better than Power Season 6. 5 episodes in. So obviously people are watching it, and I don't think they had a choice about rushing Tariq's character, because if not, who are we supposed to be invested in? Monet, Drew, Tasha, So they had to do it that way. And she made another great comment. She said, "What if they take out Stearns' husband, who's going to wire the money?" I think they can easily write anybody else to come in and do the money wiring. I think personally, they
can figure something out.
Yeah, they can figure that part out pretty quick.
They can figure out some.
They can have
I think part of their issue is going to be is right now is that they're making money, but a lot of that money that they're making, I don't know what Brayden's doing with his money, because it seems to me like Tariq's using all his ends to pay for his mom's defense. So I don't know what Brayden's doing with his cut, but it seems to me like a big problem is going to be once their business continues to grow like it's growing, what are they going to do with all that money? I mean, they figured out a way to wash the money, but it's still going to, at some point, people are still going to wonder, like, how'd you get all this money?
So
where did it all come from?
Here's one that they could do, because Tariq is in bed with Brayden, who is rich, and his parents have buildings on campus. That most likely means they have an endowment. And if they have an endowment, they probably got a nonprofit. You could literally wash your money through either the endowment or the nonprofit, but somehow or another Brayden would have to get control of that. And that in itself could be a whole nother story, getting the family entangled in something they don't want to be entangled in, because they give Brayden control of either the endowment or the nonprofit.
Right. Well, it'll be interesting, Brayden, since Brayden is at the strip club spending his money. Yeah, he might be spending his money and buying, and hanging out with that little, the little purple troll doll that he hangs out with,
Talking about Sax's niece.
Yeah, Sax's niece, Uncle Nancy's niece. So, You know, I mean,
boy,
it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think that they have a lot of room and a lot of story that they can work with here. I mean, I admit when I wasn't thinking that they had much room to really play with, but what's her name was saying that Tariq was her favorite character. I guess I just didn't see the vision. Apparently she had it and saw it and is making it work. Cause I was like, because I remember I said I was one of those people. I was like, this is the least interesting character. This is the last character. I shouldn't say the least interesting, but he was the last character that I wanted to see with his own show.
Right.
Like I would have been happy if Tasha had her joint, Tommy's joint. I was hoping they would have kept Ghost alive and did like a political version of him up in Albany, but they're making this work. This is a good show, no doubt. I mean, I have to just go ahead and what do you call it when you make a mistake and you have to say not apologize, but whatever. I just have to.
You're gonna recant your statements?
I'll recant my statement. There you go. I'll just recant my statement. The show's good. It's solid. I was wrong. They made the show right.
Or you could say it like this: it's a good show, but it ain't better than Lovecraft Country.
No, I'm